acne doesn't necessarily state that you have oily skin. You could have actually dry skin type and still be breaking out. Has nothing to do with too much oil in the skin. So you don't need to be reducing any oil. In fact, for someone with dry skin type, they don't create any oil. So we don't need to use salicylic acid because there's no oil to break down. Hey gorgeous gals, welcome back to Contour Image, where I help you build confidence through your image. My name is Sharon Ports. I'm a California licensed esthetician, and today we're going to do another Reddit question, and we're going to get right into it. So today we're talking about a young lady who is asking, what products should I use? So she gives her little brief story here with some pictures. So I recently started a new skincare routine with inky salicylic acid, Simbright moisturizer, and mandelic acid for my dark spots, but I don't know if that's working. I know I have oily skin and acne scars, but whenever I use salicylic acid, I think it causes my skin to sting. I have some sort of reaction on the sides of my face, but I don't know what to do. Please help. So you can see here that we have, a young girl now. She says she has oily skin type. I don't know if she had this response before or if this is the response she's talking about since using it. I'm assuming that that's what's happened, is she's trying to get into a good skincare routine right now, and for whatever reason, she's reacting to it very badly, and I think I might know exactly what the reason is. I'll discuss it here in just a moment. But first let's look at her situation. So like I said, we have here, and then we have this other right here. It looks, I don't know if it's just the lighting, but it almost looks worse on this side than it does the other. But it's mainly kind of in the cheek area, kind of going up here a little bit. She might have a little bit here in the chin. I don't know if it showed here. Her chin's kind of down here. Yeah, it looks a little bit more worse there. And I think she's using the mandelic acid to help with the dark spots, like she said. So she might have a little bit of acne even beforehand because she says she has oily skin type, and probably she had a little bit of congestion and some breakouts here and there. But then she also has dark spots from maybe her previous acne, as well as maybe some darker areas, like right here is what I'm noticing. She might even feel like this needs to be lightened a little bit and things. I'm assuming that's probably why she's using it, besides mainly also just some spots that she had from previous breakouts. She mentions here, I know I have oily skin. Let's see what she says right here. But whenever I use salicylic, I think it causes my skin to sting. Like sting? That's what she's saying. Because she's like, is that weird or what? This is a good indicator that whenever you use salicylic acid and your skin stings or burns when you use it, you are allergic to salicylic acid. It is from I believe it's the wintergreen tree, I believe it's from, and aspirin is made from the exact same thing. It is a natural product. There is nothing wrong with it. It's just your skin, or your body, I should say, does not like the chemical compound found in the bark of the tree that they make aspirin out of, and salicylic acid for facial washes and or peels and all that kind of stuff. It is, if you ever try to take an aspirin and it just kind of seems to rip up your stomach, you just don't feel good, you have a really bad reaction to it, that is proof right there that your body does not agree with salicylic and it is allergic to it, and you just shouldn't be using it. I don't think you're gonna die from it or anything, but it's just obviously not something you want to use. Your body is reacting to it very poorly, and by putting salicylic on the skin, that's another way your body is saying no, is by burning or stinging or anything like that. So if it's very uncomfortable to use that kind of cleanser or serum or exfoliator or anything that has salicylic in it, then you are allergic to it. So that tells me a huge part of maybe what her reactions are. These might be new reactions that she's getting, is some of the little bit of the breakout, a little bit, rough skin, so on and so forth. So the first thing I tell her is, you got to stop. You can't be using salicylic acid. The reason why salicylic acid is very well used in mostly acne skincare lines is because it is a exfoliator, but its main thing is actually it dissolves oil. It's actually called a BHA, which is beta hydroxy acid, and it dissolves oil. It is pretty much the only one. There might be one other BHA acid out there. I don't really know what it is, but it's really the only one that dissolves oil. All the other ones dissolve water. So this is why they use it in the acne, because most people who have acne, or the people that generally have oily skin type, usually have a problem with acne. But acne doesn't necessarily state that you have oily skin. You could have actually dry skin type and still be breaking out. Has nothing to do with too much oil in the skin. So you don't need to be reducing any oil. In fact, for someone with dry skin type, they don't create any oil. So we don't need to use salicylic acid because there's no oil to break down. So a lot of times what they're usually used for, it's because it's common that this happens, but it doesn't mean that this is going to be the product for you just because you're finding yourself with these issues. So it's very important to understand what's going on with your skin. I don't know if I like I said, I think she's trying to get into a good skincare routine, but she's just kind of putting down the wrong stuff for herself. If she wants help with reducing her oil content, there's a few things she can do. First, I'd say she could use maybe a benzoyl peroxide to kind of help with it, which also is good at reducing acne. It's supposed to kind of bring oxygen to the skin a little bit, which is what benzoyl peroxide kind of does. But the other thing too is I would explain to her that she would probably need to exfoliate properly, not with salicylic though. I would say she'd probably want to use a gentle enzyme mask, which will help soften and smooth out the skin, and it will help reduce the buildup that she might get with oily skin. Since oily skin will help compound a lot of the skin cells, it will help take those down and take them off to help give that smoother, softer look, as well as brightening her skin up. It will also help to hydrate her skin, and it will lighten up some of the darker areas that she's having issues with a little bit, but it won't bleach her out. This is a very natural process. What enzymes do is they will break down the keratin, which are the skin cells. It will help basically kind of dissolve them and smoothen out. And then a lot of times with enzymes, sometimes you'll see other medium grade peels, which you will not be peeling, but they are medium grade peels such as glycolic, lactic acid. You could find salicylic acid. Obviously, in this case, I would avoid salicylic acid with her for sure. But those medium grade peels will help break down the sebum, which is the glue that is keeping those skin cells together on the skin. And for someone who has oily skin, this is very important because it's very hard to kind of detach the skin cells from the glue, from the oil that they're producing so much, since they produce so much. So I would definitely say, let's get you on doing some enzyme peels at home just to kind of start you off. And if she were to come into like my office, I would do some more medium grade peels to help her out with that. But just on a home basis, I would definitely go with the enzymes. And then as I would put her through some other proper products, such as, the right cleanser for her, a good toner, maybe a good serum or something, and a moisturizer, I would also incorporate hydrating her skin. Because when you hydrate your skin responds very well. Now I noticed, I did mention earlier that the enzymes will help hydrate your skin. That will definitely help with it, but to increase that a little bit more, we really need to focus on the proper hydration products that will definitely do it. And just your cleanser, serums and moisturizers that say they're hydrating will not be enough. There is a certain process that will work in doing so. And when your skin is hydrated, it'll definitely look much more healthier. It'll help to become more glowing. It will respond and look different in a good, healthy way. And it also helps when the skin is hydrated properly. It also helps with your products to absorb and utilize the skincare products throughout the skin and target and put them in the targeted areas that they are meant to go to much more easily and much more effectively. So that's another reason why I'm always constantly saying good exfoliation and good hydration is the biggest key. Now, if you think this information was very helpful, definitely give this a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, definitely put them down in the comments below. The other thing I want to mention is I will put in the description below, I will put some links down for you for some information that I have written and put together. There are reports and books on skincare and everything, and I will also link down a skin type quiz for you to take that you can take to learn more about your skin type. If you aren't sure about your skin type or you don't know what your skin type is, this quiz will definitely help you understand what your skin type is, and it will give you the proper products and what to look for in products for your skin type, as well as a proper skincare regimen in an order properly for you to get you on the right track. So thank you so much for visiting me here at Contour Image, and just remember to stay beautiful for life.